Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we're going to interview Mr. Joe Manley. Joe is an angler who's sitting in the top 10 in points right now for the Music City division. The Music City division is the one going to Percy Priest this coming weekend, so we're very excited to have Joe on our podcast. He's kind of a beginner to the BFLs, but he's doing absolutely phenomenal this year, so he's going to give us his insight to what he believes the tournament's going to do this weekend on Percy Priest, and also what he's looking forward to. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is very excited to announce we are doing a $2,500 giveaway for a lucky angler at the end of the year. In order to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is hit the link at the top of the description right below this video. You'll see the banner rotating throughout this video. So just go ahead and hit that link. It takes 3 seconds to enter. And again, you will be put into that $2,500 giveaway, and that person will be selected at the end of the year. We've got some great companies such as Flambeau Outdoors, the Rod Glove, Cigar Line, Costa Del Mar, Lew's, Strike King, and Tackle Warehouse on board with this giveaway. So you definitely don't want to miss this one. Great for all the anglers out there. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company. We offer premium CBD products to all the outdoor enthusiasts out there. Our products are THC-free, made right here in America. They're made for all the different ailments that the outdoor enthusiasts endure out there on the field or in the water. So check them out on our website. That's www.revitaloutdoors.com. You can purchase them directly off our website. And we really appreciate everyone tuning into this podcast. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Mr. Joe Manley from the great state of Tennessee. How you doing this evening, Joe?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Aaron?
I'm doing good. Well, man, I really appreciate you coming on board, talk about Percy Priest a little bit. Music City Division tournament coming up this weekend. Man, let's get right into it. You've had a phenomenal year, sitting top 10 in points right now. Going into this weekend, what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to about Percy Priest, and what do you predict overall?
Well, I think it's going to be quite a bit better than it was last time. Last tournament, I believe it was 2 pounds, 8 ounces on the angler side, got a check. And I think it was 6 pounds, 13 ounces, got a check on the boater side. So I think the numbers are going to be up this week. I also think that the check line is going to be, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere between 10 and 12 pounds. I think it's going to come up dramatically from what it was last time.
Okay. What do you predict is going to happen this weekend? Are you thinking anglers are going to be relating to all 3 stages of the spawn? You think there's still some fish up spawning? Do you think it'll be mostly a post-spawn deal? What's kind of your outlook going into it?
I was up there this past Saturday, which would be a week before the tournament. There's still some fish that are moving up to spawn. I think the pre-spawn fish are just about done. I think you're going to see a large push of fish. They're going to be going offshore. I think you're going to run into some guys who are going to run into some fresh schools. I don't know how deep it'll go out. I think you can catch fish all the way out to 25 or 30 foot of water. But I also think that if you go and you beat the bank, I think that you can catch some fish up shallow too. I think I think that's why you'll see a jump in the weights. I think you'll be able to catch them more so whatever you're comfortable fishing. I don't think it'll be dominated like Dale Hollow was, where you had to have a forward-facing sonar to get into the top 5 or top 10. I think that you'll see a large majority of patterns that'll play from what I saw when I was down there Saturday. Now we have had it's supposed to be in the 90s the rest of the week and sunshine, so the weather's going to be a lot different than it was last Saturday, but we'll see how it plays.
Right. Is the water up? Do you think there'll be a shallow water bite going on, or what do you think anglers predominantly, that are going to do successful? Let's say, you've never been there before. You're just trying to go get a limit. Maybe not like specific baits, but what kind of techniques are you putting on the deck of the boat?
I think right now the water is half a foot above summer pool, but it's stable there. They're not pulling it. Last time we were up there, it was about 1.5 feet up. You had pretty good watercolor all over the lake. I know on the podcast that you did before the Percy Priest tournament the first time, that guy was talking about looking for some dirty water, and you could really bang out some big limits. And we had those conditions. I wasn't ever able to put it together. I think this week, I think if you go shallow, I think the shad spawn's just about done. I saw remnants of it when I was up there Saturday. I'm not saying that it's not going on at some place on the lake, but I think if you were coming from out of town, it would be hard not to get out into the deeper water and try and target brush piles. I think that would be something that's going to play quite a bit. The lake's famous for a Carolina rig. It's a lot of rock, a lot of cover. I think if you could back out, you could fish to your strengths. If your strengths are shallow, I think you can still go shallow and catch quite a good amount of fish up there. It's just whether or not you'll run into the right five. I mean, last tournament took 17.5, and Percy Priest has pumped out plenty of 20-pound limits in the past. And I mean, I could see it taking somewhere between 18 and 20 pounds to win up there this weekend.
Okay. But do you think after like the winning weight, there'll be a pretty good dip in the weights, down to like what you mentioned, the 12, 11 pounds could get you checked?
Yeah, absolutely. The last tournament we had 130 boats, 128 boats. So the check line was 26th. I would say that, you'll have some guys that are going to be, you'll have some guys that will bring in those 15, 16 pound bags. I think the last tournament there was 3 or 4 guys that were that 14 to 16 pounds. And then the winning weight was 17 and 3/4, which was all smallmouth. That's awesome. It gave me flashbacks of going to St. Clair, seeing all those smallmouth weighed in. But I would see, I'd see the weights drop off probably in the low teens. I think you'll have a pretty sharp break once you get down to once you get past about 14 pounds.
I got you. Okay. As far as, kind of your style of fishing, are you going to go after just numbers this weekend and fish conservatively, or are you going after the 5 biggest bites you can get?
Well, I mean, when you've got guys in front of you like Matt Stanley and the guys that I've got up there that are in 7th through 1st and Angler of the Year, you got to catch them every tournament. I mean, those guys, they've been doing this for a long time. They got a lot more experience than I do, and they got a lot more experience than I do on Percy Priest. I think this weekend I'll definitely be looking for fewer bites, but I'll be down there Friday, so kind of see how this weather reacts with the fish. I think the warmer weather and the sun being out all week, I think it's going to change from what it was last Saturday. Last Saturday was 60 degrees and overcast, spitting rain all day. I think they're calling for a chance of isolated thunderstorms on Saturday, so it could get interesting. I mean, we'll see how much cloud cover we get.
I got you. Well, Joe, I know you're a former college D1 football player. You've done a lot of great things. You're a hell of a sportsman. We see behind you. You're also getting into this tournament thing. So I know that couldn't happen without a lot of support. Anybody you'd like to thank before we get off this podcast?
Well, as far as sponsorships go, I haven't really I've really taken this first step to see where I stack up competition wise in fishing. I know fishing's a pretty expensive sport, and you got to have a realistic outlook on it. I'd say the biggest contributor I've got right now would be my dad. My dad helps me quite a bit. He fished a pretty high competitive level for a long time. He actually gave it up because of me when I was a kid growing up. So he goes with me and practices some, and my wife's a great support system. She's stuck behind me in all of it, and she was actually the one that kind of pushed me up to try and take the next step in tournament fishing instead of fishing local stuff, to get onto a circuit like the Phoenix Series. Because the Phoenix Series, man, you fish against a lot of good guys every weekend, and it's got backing just like Revital Outdoors. I mean, the title sponsors that are with it and the contingency money that's with it. If you have those boats and those motors and the gear, I mean, it's a pretty tough tournament circuit to beat. I mean, it's a lot of fun too. There's nothing like hearing the national anthem in front of another 150 boats when you're idling out there to go fish. So, I mean, I'd like to thank my family, and I'd like to thank you for having me on the podcast, man. I've watched these every week before our Mountain Division and Music City Division tournaments. So thank you.
Well, absolutely, Joe. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. Good luck to you this weekend at Percy Priest for the Music City Division BFL event. I wish you all the best of luck. Hope to have you back on this podcast, because that usually means really good things for your 2022 campaign. So best of luck to you. Best of luck to all the anglers that are fishing the Music City Division event this weekend on Percy Priest. Before we let everybody go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel again. Also, you see that rotating banner below the video. Hit that link at the top of the description right below this video Enter into our $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. I promise you again, this will not be one you want to miss. It just takes 3 seconds to do so. Every angler out there is going to want to be a part of this. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you to Joe Manley. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there, everyone. God bless. Be safe, and we'll talk to everyone very, very soon.